Hello guys, how are you? Now I would like to share a symbol that I recently drew, and it will help to visually, subconsciously get the point that usually I am making in my sharings when I talk about unity consciousness and center between all opposites. So now I will show you this symbol. Here it is, very simple. So it is like a yin-yang symbol, but here I am emphasizing this portal between these two opposites and the center in the portal. And you can see that the center is emphasized. It is like awakening in that center, and from that center both upper part and lower part of the yin-yang is like transparent. It's like the same. It is seamlessness of opposites, because we found that center in which we both meet as one. So I recently shared on the fall equinox about how fully accepting all the sensations, all the feelings that we have as a human beings leads into spontaneous liberation. So that would be on this symbol, like this lower pool, which is usually associated with the body, and yes, and fully accepting the body, the sensations, emotions, and this physical life in general leads through that portal into the upper pool, which is associated with the spirit, with that consciousness which is really limitless and always free. And again, in our way around, if we just concentrate onto that consciousness while letting go all associations, all the ideas on who we are, and we really start to awaken into that freedom of awareness, then it is from that it is very easy to accept the physicality and all the limitations and all the diversity within this realm, this human life. So, as you can see, there is always connection, there is always a portal between these polarities, between limitless and limited. And yes, and when you pay attention where those polarities meet, you will see that limited, what we call limited, is actually limitless expressing itself. And what is limitless is actually limited in its expression. So it is like the Heart Sutra. There is that popular saying that emptiness is form and form is emptiness. Emptiness is nothing other than form, and form is nothing other than emptiness. So that's that paradox that always leads us into that center of the paradox, into that unity consciousness, where we find true stability, true balance, true health. Yeah, and you can apply it in many different polarities, like changeful and changeless. If you take one side as changeful, as that limitless consciousness, and another as changeful, as this, again, seasons of our physical life, various fluctuating emotions and thoughts, situations, then you can again see that what changes is actually changeless. And the changeless are changeful. So again, on a certain level it doesn't make sense. But it is a higher logic. It is that awakening into the seamlessness. Where all the paradoxes click. And yes, and then you can fully appreciate everything as one, and then there is natural sense of harmony. It is the same like breathing. So again, so you can see it's like breathing in leads to breathing out. Breathing out fully leads and builds up to breathing in. And again, while you are breathing, you can also tune into that center, tune into that gap between breaths, between breathing in and breathing out. There is also an exercise, very simple exercise, which helps to tune into this center even more fully, more sensorially. So when you breathe in, you raise your energy up from the bottom of your body up to the crown, filling the body, raising the energy up. And when you breathe out, you allow that energy to drop down again. And you're just doing this, up and down, with your breath. And while you're doing that, you can also maintain focus at your heart area, at your heart chakra, if you will. So you are simultaneously imagining energy from the lowest part of your body going up to the highest point, and then going down from the highest to the lowest. But while you're moving energy like that, you're simultaneously maintaining awareness of your heart, of the center between up and down. Always piercing through that center and awakening that center. And you can do it for a while, for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then you can stop and allow yourself to feel only this center and how everything feels, how you perceive everything from that center. So you may find that again your consciousness, your spirit starts to blend in your experience with your body, with the environment, with nature. Yes, you will feel that unity consciousness where you cannot truly distinguish where something begins and where something ends. It is seamlessness. You see that this whole physical reality is extension of your spirit. And vice versa. There is also one practice that I learned from wonderful teacher. I think it is connected to Tibet and to the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. So this mantra is roughly translated as jewel resting at the heart of the lotus. So, and the practice is again with your breath. You bring energy from the bottom of your body at the crown, where you connect to the divine bliss. And while you're breathing in, you're focusing on the crown and internally chanting Om Mani Padme Hum. And imagining like light accumulating above your head. And then with breathing out, you again chant it internally, that mantra, Om at the third eye, Ma at the throat, and the rest of the mantra, Ni Padme Hum at the heart, at the sacred heart, like knocking and opening that center. So that embodies this mantra. And you can also just chant this mantra, but the essence is that the jewel is, it is like this divine bliss condensed, yes, into the jewel, which drops at your heart, at the center of your being, where it rests and where it is being also translated as aligned compassion and love, which is aligned with the higher wisdom. So yeah, compassion and love is those vibrations that naturally emanate from our sacred heart. And those vibrations, also peace, yeah, as I said, it is a place of true stability, of true serenity. So yeah, these vibrations are necessary for us as humans in this world to have really coherent and healthy lives, and to heal ourselves and to transform our society, evolve our society in alignment with our true nature. And there is something else I wanted to share on that. Let's see if it comes. There is a strong winds taking my thoughts away. Yes, while I was explaining all of that, I also dropped very deeply into that center, into that seamlessness, and it seems like thoughts and words are falling away during this fall. So for the wrapping up this sharing, I will say, let fall what falls, and just notice what always naturally remains. And there is that true centerless center. And I remembered what I wanted to say again, that we say the higher and the lower, and sometimes it seems like this higher consciousness, that divine bliss is the source of all of these gross expressions and crystallized expressions of this world. And in a sense, yes, it is true, because the subtle creates gross. But yeah, when we think that the subtle is ultimate source, it is ultimate home. But in truth, you can see that again, both subtle and gross comes from the center. There is something even more subtle than subtlety itself. It is that truth, true truth, which cannot be pointed out as something. It cannot be shown. I can call it centerless center, and I can paint it and emphasize it to make like this pointer. So that's the good pointer where I emphasizing the invisible. But yeah, it is truly ingraspable. And there is your true home, from which up and down manifests. You are creating all ups and all downs. You're creating all dimensions around you. It is your self. Just self. Without any attached attributes or ideas, but within itself containing potential for all attributes, all ideas, all dimensions to be expressed, experienced, appreciated, and recycled again within its purity. So that's it. Thank you very much for tuning in, and again, as always, my infinite blessings and love.